Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone is staying safe and doing well. I'd like to welcome everyone to our KZHSS live updates. Today, our lineup will be our KZHSS director, Robin DeConti. Then we'll have a special message from our KZHSS nurses. Our emergency measures coordinator, Celine Brazo, will also have an update for us. Then our events organizer, Gloria DeConti, and then follow by the message by myself with a couple updates about the gym and the park. But without further ado, here's our KZHSS director, Robin Conti.
Good afternoon. I'm Robin DeConti, Director of Ktagan ZB Health and Social Services. I'm happy to be here and update you all today with some good information. We have unfortunate information as well that'll serve to be a teacher for us. Unfortunately, we did have a death in our community last week from and it's been confirmed that was COVID-19 complications related, and that is something we did not want to have happen in our community. You know, as a protection team and a team trying to keep our community as safe as possible, we did not want to have any death occurrence of people living in our community, and we don't want people getting gravely ill and ending up in the ICU units in our community, which is why we have all of the restrictions that are put in place and called for by ourselves for ourselves. With that in mind, the teaching part of a death occurrence in our community is that we are aware that the vaccines issue is very important, and to look at that and to acknowledge that if we are not vaccinated, we put ourselves at risk for grave illness and for even death, possible death. And when we are vaccinated and around other people, and when we're around other people who have COVID-19, then our risk is higher to be safer and to not get gravely ill and not die. I will leave it at that. I just wanted to acknowledge that that this did occur, and our condolences to the family that are aware of these circumstances, and we do not want any more occurrences like this of people getting gravely ill and possibly dying of this disease. It's very real. The COVID-19 pandemic is still very real, very much happening right at our community level as well. So we need to keep this in mind and acknowledge this. I have good news as far as the vaccine distribution. Our nurses will inform you in their information they'll be sharing with you following in this live stream update. But there is a good percentage of our community vaccinated now, and we'll have a good coverage of being able to fight this COVID-19 disease off if we come into contact with COVID-19. So that's the good news part of our work we're doing here at KZHSS. I want to thank the nurses and Celine and all of her hard work with the team to get the majority or a good part of our population vaccinated. We are still missing about 25% of our population to reach a high vaccination rate to begin the herd immunity process for our community. So I'm still encouraging, and we are encouraging people to get vaccinated. If you do, and we've said this from the beginning, if you do have pre-existing health conditions, or you have concerns or questions or doubts or hesitations about vaccination for yourself, please speak to your family doctor and discuss with your doctor if vaccination is for you. And I want to mention that we've had these mass vaccination clinics over the past couple of months in an effort, a collaborative effort with our provincial Medicare system, where we are working collaboratively to try and access vaccines. These vaccines are not readily available at the health center. I'm thinking, and it's being brought forward to our attention that people are thinking they can call for an appointment and get a vaccine readily today. And I have to let people know that these vaccines are not sitting in our vaccine refrigerators here. There is a special mechanism and storage and transportation process in place with the provincial Medicare system to transport these vaccines to us. And they are just not readily available when someone needs to call looking for one of these vaccines. Which is why I would like to bring the point home again, or reaffirm the point that if there is an opportunity for you to receive the vaccine, please take advantage of it and put your name in and get the vaccine when there are these opportunities presented in the community. Because in listening to the news, both federal and provincial news, it's looking like governments are going to be obligating people to prove they've been vaccinated to be able to enter certain public areas and arenas and services, and you will have to eventually prove that you've received the first and second dose. And I'll have to let Kitagan Zibi members know that if you go to a public place and you are required to prove that you are vaccinated and you've not taken up the opportunity to get the vaccine when we offered it, it's not going to be very easy for you to get a vaccine when you're required to prove that you're vaccinated. It's not going to be readily available anytime soon. So we're encouraging people to look into vaccination, have it considered for yourself, and look into the possibilities of having to prove that you're vaccinated to be able to go to places. And take all of that into consideration, because we're not going to be able to immediately vaccinate you when you ask for it. I'll say it very clearly. That option or that request may not be able to be granted for you when you ask for a vaccine to happen right away. I just wanted to let you all know that and make that very clear. We will be reopening more services and making service delivery more available to the public as within the next couple of weeks, with the lifting of restrictions and the zone color changes that we're compliant with under Quebec Public Health. So that's coming soon. We will keep putting out flyers to that effect. And I want to let Kitagan Zibi members know that we can still, however, apply restrictions in our community when we see the need to have to apply stricter restrictions than what the Quebec Public Health system is applying. Like I've been indicating in past information sharing with you, when we are doing testing, when we are seeing the spread of disease happening in the community, we can recommend to our leadership we have to apply stricter restrictions than the Quebec Public Health when needed, when necessary, to help protect our community. So we are compliant with the minimum standards of the Quebec Public Health system. However, I just want to let people know that if we need to apply more stricter measures when required, then we can. And we'll keep your safety in mind. Number one, safety is always number one and first and foremost for everybody in our community. So this is why we may have to apply stricter restrictions when required. Thank you, and I thank you for your patience in this situation we're in. It's frustrating living with restrictions. Still, we're going to have restrictions for some time longer. We're still going to be doing the mask wearing until hopefully our children are vaccinated or have that option to be vaccinated. So we're going to keep doing the mask wearing and the public restrictions, the precautionary measures until we're sure that most people are safe in the community. And that may have to happen for a while longer. I'll leave it at that for the updates I have about precautionary measures and whatnot. We'll hear from our team, who are experts now at ensuring precautionary measures and are being applied to the fullest they can be applied. I'd like to thank the ODES staff and the events organizers for organizing the Jamboree, the virtual live streaming Jamboree that happened yesterday. That's a first of hopefully other community live streaming events will happen. We are going to start looking at other community events and organizing other community events gradually and safely as the summer months go on as well, while keeping in mind safety first. And that's always number one for our community. And I think that's all I have for now. You'll hear other updates from the other programming. And thank you, and back to you, Gloria.
Thank you, Robin, for your update. We have a message from our nurses, Jane, Jamie, and Brianna.
Hi everyone, I'm here with Nurse Jane and Nurse Brianna for just a quick update. So far we've administered 859 doses over 4 days from May 12th to 15th. A majority of those were second doses with a few first doses that came through. We are approximately between 47 to 50% on reserve coverage. We still need to reach 70+% for herd immunity. We will continue having our vaccination clinics, and you can still put your name in for your vaccine. You can email covid.vaccine@kza.qc.ca with your name, your date of birth, health card number, and phone number, or you can call 819-449-5593, extension 2301, and leave a detailed message. So far, we don't have any information on when we can start immunizing 12 to 17-year-olds, but as soon as we have that information, we will definitely let you know. Brianna will explain the procedure to obtain your official documentation for your vaccination.
So you can email the email listed below. You have to state your legal name, your date of birth, your RAMQ number, and your contact number, and stating that it is for proof of your COVID vaccine. For those of you who don't have an email, you can mail in your information, the same one that I just listed, to the address below, and they'll be sending your record back in the mail to you.
We'd like to say miigwech to our community members for providing us with treats and words of encouragement during our vaccine clinic. It was greatly appreciated.
Miigwech, stay safe, everyone.
Thank you, Jamie, Jane, and Brianna on that update. Now we're going to head over to our emergency measures coordinator, Celine Brazo.
Hi guys, just a quick update with the new deconfinement plan that was announced this week. We're just going to go 2 weeks at a time. I know that the province has their plan all laid out for the summer, but as far as we're concerned, just to make sure that we don't have to keep going back and forth, we're just going to go by the 2 weeks. So as a lot of you probably heard already, and you're probably very happy about, is that the curfew will be lifted as of May 28th. But until then, you have to be careful, because if you don't abide by the curfew measures or the gathering measures, there is a chance that you could still be fined. Okay, so we just have to be aware of that. So the restaurants in town, well, everywhere, could open up for patios. With that, we're talking about 2 adults from 2 different addresses, or one, like you're also members at one table. The other thing too that could be interesting for some, again, is the outdoor gatherings that you could have at your home, which is limited to 2 households or a maximum of 8 people. So, and you still have to be careful with the physical distancing. And also, on May 28th will be the travel bans lifted for all the province, but only in Quebec. What occurs with Ontario, that we're not sure yet when that's going to be lifted, but for right now, we have to remain within Quebec. So even though these restrictions are going to be lifted, we still have to, like Robin was saying a while ago, you still have to be wearing your mask. You still have to be aware of with the physical distancing, and please, just make sure that you do limit your contacts, because even if you were vaccinated, there's still the chance that you could be a carrier and passing it on to someone who wasn't vaccinated. And right now, what we need to really focus on are the kids, because the kids haven't been vaccinated yet. So just be aware of that. And within the next couple of weeks, we'll come out with other measures that will be in place at that time. So with that said, like the girls were mentioning a while ago, the nurses, we did have a successful clinic. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out and getting vaccinated, because we are working towards the immunity for community. And that will be like our slogan from now on, immunity for community. I know, like, we use the word herd immunity a lot, but, for ourselves, we want to make sure that the more people we could get vaccinated, the better it would be for all of us. So for now, that's it. I wanted to thank the community for doing that. And also, I want to thank the ladies from the Friendship Center. They came out and we worked in collaboration for the vaccination clinic. You probably noticed that there was individuals from other communities and stuff, but that came out to be vaccinated. But this is a health crisis, so every time we're able to work together, the better it is. And I also want to thank Faye and Kelsey for coming out too and giving us a hand with the clinic. So we'll be back and keep in a few weeks probably with more information, like I said, and then things will gradually open up, and but with the measures in place, and we should be able to handle the next couple of months and keep each other safe. Stay safe, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Celine, for your update. So currently with my activities going on, last month I had the oral health drive-through, but we had to cancel it because we had the outbreak. So if you didn't get your toothbrushes and toothpaste last month, you have a chance next week, May 25th, 26th, and 27th at the Youth Center from 12 to 1. Another activity I have going on is What Are You Thankful For? All you have to do is write 5 things that you're thankful for. Send it to me, gloria.deconti@kza.qc.ca, or on Facebook Messenger by May 27th at 4 p.m. Also, I have the moccasin workshop with Daryl Wawadi. Unfortunately, that is full. If it's successful, we will look into doing more things like that. And next week, we have the drive-in bingo. That's May 27th at the KZ School at 6 p.m. We're asking if everybody can show up just a little bit early, 5:45, to do contact tracing. We ask that everybody stay in their vehicles. This is very important. Please watch your children as well. You know, when you get there, don't let them out of the vehicle because you will be asked to leave. If we want to do things like this, we have to follow the rules. So make sure you go to the bathroom before, because there will not be any toilets on site. So that's about it for my updates. And if you have any questions, you could email me or Facebook message me, and we'll head over to Josh. Thank you.
Thank you, Gloria. Good afternoon again, everyone. I have a couple of updates concerning the fitness center and the park. Actually, it was more for the park, but for the fitness center, I'm just going to go over the rules again. They're not the rules will remain the same this time around. So the way it'll be one person upstairs, one person downstairs. You're going to be asked to wear your mask when you're moving around inside the fitness center. If you get to a station, you're allowed to remove your mask and do your workout. We ask that you sanitize your hands before and after after you enter the gym. We're asking as well if you can call to reserve. That's the way it's going to be. So if you can call to reserve at 819-449-5456. If it's not answering the first time, I've personally been there. The phone is ringing off the hook, and there's a lot of appointments lately since the gym has been reopened. So we're just asking that you be patient, and please call back again. We will get to you as soon as possible. Now for the park rules. So the park will be reopening. It will be reopening Monday, May 24th. There's going to be, however, there's restrictions that apply to the park. There's going to be 8 allowed at all times. That's including the parents. So there's going to be 8 inside the parks at all time. The basketball court, however, will be closed. We're not going to be allowing basketball for the time being. As soon as we get any changes or anything upon that, we will let you know. But the park will be open from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. You can call the youth center 819-449-5456 to reserve your 1-hour slot. And before your entrance, the youth center worker will greet you. There will be a couple of forms to sign, just because, as stated before by Celine and Robin, not everyone within the community is vaccinated. So we're going to be doing some COVID tracing for that as well. The washrooms, if ever you want to use the washrooms inside the youth center will be open. We are sanitizing the washrooms as people come and go. So the washrooms will be open for the children and the parents as well at the park. But yeah, that's it for my updates on my end. Back to you, Gloria. Thank you.
Thanks, Josh, for your update. I just want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in for our live stream. And hopefully we'll be back in another week or two. Just remember to wear your masks and wash your hands. Thank you, guys. Bye.